All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to those apostles, great millstone, time the truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation to Icon out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, that's serving the truth without true sincerity. To I say Shalom. There's a button the bother, continue another video in the spirit. And this video is going to be about don't put your trust in a woman. And what just sparked this video topic was, seeing, was just seeing the conduct, of these women out here, and then you got the Alizar situation, you see what happened with that, and that's basically a main example of why you don't put your trust in women, okay? Because they just not right, even if a woman that's claimed to be in truth, they claim to be Israelite, man, you still, it's a certain way you deal, But ultimately, you just don't put your trust in women because women are the weaker vessel, like the scriptures say. Through her, we all sin. From woman came from woman came the beginning of sin. Matter of fact, I'll grab that. So like, yeah. Oh, that's why. It's like, yeah. All right. Let me see. I know it's in a... Where is it? Okay, there you go. This is Sirach 25:4. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah. And that's talking about Eve, because Eve went off first, and she, compelled Adam to go off, and that's why we're in this position that we're in now. That's why the order was set up. When you go to 1 Corinthians 11, the order of how it goes. You got the head of Yahushua, which is Yahweh, the head of men, which is Yahushua, and the head of the woman, which is the man. So that's why we're supposed to be, we're set up to be over the woman, to keep them in order, Woman is supposed to be in subjection to their man. But we're in this wicked society where they teach opposite of that. The woman, where they teach women, they don't need a man. And if they got a man, try to usurp some type of dominance over them. And that's not what the scriptures say, man. So when it comes to these women, don't put their trust in them, because one day they'll be with you and then the next day not, because we're in this society where everything is catered to them, and they're taught that they're the prize and they're this and they're that, So I'm going to read this, Proverbs 31:3. It says, give not thy strength unto a woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Yeah. And when don't give your strength to a woman, that means, don't be a simp. That's the best way I can put it. Don't be no yes man. Always trying to please her, because that's giving your strength to her. Because, women, they really don't want no simp, but when they see that they can get over on you, they gonna continue to do so. And then it can cause you to fuck up, or not handling business and not doing the things you need to do, and then got you doing some off shit. We see that. That's what happens. So don't give your strength to a woman. The scripture says, sure yourself as man. We have to be a man in this thing. You have to say no. You have to set your boundaries, man. Scripture say, gird up thy loins as a man. You got to be a man. Grab into your cojones and be a man. And that's everybody can't do that. Everyone's not a man, man. They play like it. They play like they men, but there's no real men out here. And we're seeing that. Let me grab this. This is Micah 7:5. It says, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Yeah. So don't be out here telling your woman everything either, man. For brothers in this truth, one of the heads of the camp, saying, don't be out here telling your woman everything. Don't be telling a woman about business going on amongst brothers, what's going on in the ministry, none of that. You ain't gotta tell them everything you got going on, man. Because these women, they just not right, man. They not right. They try to be right. They just not right. So they like I said, they with you one day, and then next day they turn to get you. They're very emotional creatures. So they act off emotion. So to prevent that from happening, don't just bare minimum. The less you know, the better it'll be good for you. Because as you can see, when you truly confide in a woman and try to be vulnerable for a second, they use that against you. So it'd just be best, to just keep it, tell them as less as possible for your sake. So let me grab this. First Esdras 4, and this is 26. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and have become servants for their sakes. Yeah, have become servants for their sakes. You supposed to be in here doing the work, but now you out here trying to please your woman. We know we got to go out there for camp. You miss one camp because you want to spend some time with your woman, and then this is the example that the apostles have gave. Say you go out there one camp, then you miss another one, and then it go on from there. Now you became a servant for her sake. You got to get some reading in, but you put that on the back burner just to what? To chill with your woman or whatever. Get some studying in. You got to do a video, but you put that on the back burner, and then it just goes on from there. That's why we put this truth first, man. And that's why I'm gonna grab it where the scriptures talk about that. If you single in this truth, man, be single. Dibble and dabble, but keep it moving. But if you have a woman that's pleased to dwell with you, then deal. But still, you gotta deal accordingly, man. Use wisdom. I'm gonna continue to read. It says, many also have perished and have erred in sin for women. Yeah. Look at, we have examples in the scriptures. Look what happened to Solomon. Look what happened to Adam, which we know is Yahushua. Yahushua came in the reincarnation from being Solomon and Adam. That's why when he was Yahushua, he didn't deal with no women. He was about his father's business. That's what happens when you become servants for your woman's sake, man. And it says many have perished. Yeah, many have perished. We're in this position right now because of the woman, man. It's plain and simple. We ain't got to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. Call a spade a spade. So just for your best interest, man, don't trust these women, man. So I'm gonna grab this. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 27. It says, art thou bound to a wife, seek not to be loose? Art thou loose from a wife, seek not a wife? Yeah. So if you ain't got no woman, it's all right. Don't seek it. If you do got one and she's pleased to dwell with you, she know what you got going on, and she still want to rock with you, then okay. But that's how you keep it simple, because it says that you will have trouble in the flesh. Dealing with a woman comes with having trouble in the flesh, man. It's just gonna happen. And then when you look at things going on, it's not really time to be trying to focus on trying to had no relationship and, you know, this, that, and the third. Like I said, if you got one and it's working out, cool. But if you don't, man, that's going to come. We are real close, man. We close to Isaiah 4:1 popping off, man. We see what's going on. We see how Trump moving, man. He's going to make it real hard, taking away these benefits, man. People feeling it now. These women are feeling it now. They are feeling it now. These tariffs is going to affect them beauty supply stores. They are feeling it now, brothers. All we have to do is wait. The Lord is going to provide. The Lord is going to give us what we want. He said that to David. If you would have asked me, I'd have gave you such and such. So the Lord is going to look out for us. He going to provide for us, man. He going to give us women, man. These women is not more important than our salvation. And that's something that, you know, I put in my mind, you know. These women is not more important than my salvation. And I'm busy. I got stuff to do. They don't even know what I'm doing. I got stuff to do. If you don't like it, then hey, I don't know what to tell you. But that's the mindset we got to have, and we got to be about our Father's business and understanding us doing that, we're going to be awarded for that. So I'm going to grab this last precept and I'm going to close out. Psalms 110:3. It says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beautiness of holiness from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of thy youth. Yeah. These women are going to be willing in the day of our power, you know. Scripture says, I make them more precious than fine gold. Okay, a man should be a hiding place from the wind. When all hell breaks loose out here, you know, and things are happening, and some men, you know, get blessed with that spiritual power, and then you see how we not catching hell. Yahweh be part of those men who are good in those days, but we not catching hell like the rest of these other men that the Lord is sustaining us. They gonna flock to you, because what? Women, they flock to what? Power, and they ultimately want protection. So when they see that you got the ultimate power on your side and you can offer them protection, they gonna flock to you. And even then, brothers probably gonna be like, no, I don't want to deal with you. We gonna be picking and choosing. The ball gonna be in our court. So all we gotta do is just continue to wait on that. But before we get there, do not get your strength into a woman, man. You know? Deal accordingly and just keep it moving. So that's pretty much it. Lord, in this video is edifying. I'm going to close up and giving our praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash. Shalom.